Greetings, welcome. My name is Brian. Now, welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. For some reason, that got jumbled in my head before I started to speak, because I didn't say anything at the start. That happens. I'm going to try to get right into this, but I have like 5 other things I'm supposed to remember, one of them being music. So with that, music maestro. Please let me know if it's too loud, too soft, too annoying. There we go. I think, nope, okay, we're good. I thought I saw some chats going on before I got here. I've seen it. I'll sleep it. Let's get the chat up in front of me so I can do the things. What do you mean I was supposed to be ready by now? I'm absolutely ready. Oh, I clicked on something. Hello, Andrew. Oops. I was gonna click on that, but I didn't mean to do it right away. First of all, high fingers? High 5 fingers. Fingers, high... 5 fingers. High 5. It's one of those days, folks. How about that? I don't know why I added that little bit. Anyway, Chambers, hello and goodbye. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the replay. If you did watch it, then you will see this. So I said something. So there you go. We said the things, and you said the things. It's all the things. Hello, Sugar Kitty. Yeah. Mike Franklin, look out. Hello, welcome to this utter mess. Stream Elements is doing a thing. Look out. Stacy sent us. Oh dear. Trouble she is. Xanabu, cheers. Thank you. Welcome once more. I have here in my hand the box. If you were here on Friday, you saw the box. And it's going to be 3 different blends of whiskey. 50 milliliter bottles. I'm not going to drink all of it. I think that should be obvious. Again, take care of yourself as best you can when it comes to drinking alcohol. It's your life, it's your body, it's your choice and all that. Alcohol makes that a different kind of thing. It's definitely your choice, unless you've had like 5 drinks. Oh, look out. Andrew Butler says, tried the Mortlock, so-so. Royal Bee, great. And Jackalope, so-so today. More soon. Ah, that's right. Ah, the Royal Bee is pretty good, isn't it? Mmm, so good. Jackalope was mostly Balcones, so if you don't like Balcones, you're not going to like it. But I wanted to throw in something that you can't really get at all. I do that. It's part of the channel. I have this super mega ultra rare stuff from places that no one's ever heard of, or not enough people have heard of. Soon, we will conquer the world with our whiskey. Anyway, where was I? Compass box. I don't know why that's fun for me. No! Okay. The box is pretty awesome if you look at it, though. All this artwork on it. They're always about the artwork. It's nuts. Like, it's just a bunch of clouds with random stuff in it. I get the feeling a lot of those are pictures they use for their other bottlings. By the look of it. Maybe it's on these bottles. I'm not really sure. I did this last time. A little piece of paper to freak me out. Oh, yeah. They are the things that are on these bottles. Yeah, we got the tree, we got the horse, and we got the face. So if you can't tell, this is backwards. That's the tree. That's the horse, which is for the Glasgow blend, and this is the hedonism one, the little princess or queen or whatever the hell she is. That is graphic design at its finest, folks. And of course, their labels are always stellar. Cool runnings, look out! Good to see you, cheers, yes. Good to see you. Your name words there. I don't actually see you. You actually see me, which is a little creepy, but it's okay. Cool runnings, you're freaking out, Nightbot. Sorry. Nightbot has a mind of his own. Don't worry about it. It's when people spam emotes that he gets a little fidgety. I'll fix that someday, he said, knowing he probably will not. I always forget about it. End of the stream, I'm not thinking about that anymore. Only at the start when it starts to happen. Where was I? Reading the thing. This is the thing that came with it. This is tiny print, and my glasses are still not up to prescription. So, it says, 3 blends, limitless deliciousness. We're proud that our blends stand shoulder to shoulder with the greatest whiskeys. With this box, let us show you the 3 families of blends that can be made from Scotland's 2 styles of spirit, malt whiskey and grain whiskey. Glasgow Blend is a classic blended Scotch whiskey and combines both single grain and single malt whiskeys. Brace yourself for the. It's telling me more. I'm not going to read it. Orchard House's blended malt whiskey, a combination of only single malts. It has Hedonism is blended grain whiskey, a combination of mature single grain whiskeys with a above all, share and enjoy. So I'm sharing the experience with you because I can't really share it because you're over there and I'm here, and we have yet to be able to send the stuff through the internet physically. We'll get there. I am waiting for the Star Trek things that make the food. Replicators. There we go. You can make some replicators. That'd be great. Let's just end the hunger all over the world. That'd be cool. No problem. Oh God. Yes, every time. I can't stop it. Oh, the box even has like straight up things. Again, graphic design and just crazy weird stuff. There was a lot of thought put into this, is what I'm trying to say. People are like, stuff, and just throw it away, but they have no idea how much time actually goes into all of that. Oh, I know this story. This is funny. I don't know if it's going to show up because the camera has an attitude. But this horse has a guy on it, and he has a cone on his head. And that is some kind of ritual or thing that happens in, I'm assuming, Glasgow. I don't know how to say it properly, so I'm going to say it incorrectly. You're welcome. Compass Box Artist Blend. It says rich, round, and fruity. Yep, all that at 43%. That is the other thing I need to bring up, is the percentages of these, and the names, and the helpful thing that I did to remind me to do the things. Hold on. First of all, there's that. Now you know what I'm drinking, A, B, or C. Now, what is A, B, or C, you ask? Oh, that's right. I have the other thing. I'm almost prepared for tonight. Isn't that great? Wow. Now, let's not pour these in the wrong thing. So A is going to be Glasgow Blend, which is going to go here. Everything is in reverse. B will be our Orchard House, 46%. I'm remembering little things. Like I'm remembering Orchard House already is one I've tried. I enjoyed it. I would not be surprised if I really like it out of these three. It's also the highest percentage one in here. Everyone has a chance. It's fine. And that's not really why I'm here. I just want to try them all. Hedonism is the third one. I don't get the queen with all the people coming out of her head there. It looked like a crown until I looked a little closer. Oh, it's glowy. Look at it. It's like Monty Python right there. Ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, and they're all coming out of her head. Now what have I done? Anyway, this is going to be a longer stream than usual. I say, having done a number of 2-hour streams lately, working on getting those watch hours up. 4,000 hours, folks. It's not easy. But you're helping. Don't forget that. Oh, yes, and please, I remember now. It helps feed the algorithm. Get the people to join us here. Bring in more victims of whiskey. Whoop. Oh gosh, why is... I think it's so bright. Is it because I haven't clicked on anything? Probably. Hold on. I clicked on this. No, it didn't. That's the problem. You'd have to get the real stuff. Sometimes the real stuff was green. I don't know why. Hey, there you go. Yeah. The Duke of Wellington Conehead. Yes, there's a whole... I've seen and I've heard, but I've never been, so I don't know all the specifics. Not a best whiskey. Hello. Welcome. Right now, it's Bourbon Night are in Scotland. So technically it's Bourbon Night, but I'm doing the Scotch thing, and they're doing the Scotch thing. And they're not doing a stream tonight because they're in Scotland. So it is about 4 to 5 hours. Could anyone correct me? Andrew Butler? I know it's really late where you are, typically. So they are over in that vicinity right now. Maybe getting ready for bed. I don't know. With that, again, 2-hour stream tonight. If I can manage. I had a caffeinated thing. So I'm pretty good right now, but we'll see how long that lasts. All right, make sure I'm doing this right. This is Glasgow blend. Going right here. I will even pick up the glass and show you what the glass is. So if you can tell, and I assume you will not be able to because camera. No, why? The tiny tops are hard to open. Why? 10 minutes. So yeah, there. 10 minutes past midnight here. So they would have had to start their live stream at 1 a.m. on that side of the, not side of the planet, over in Scotland. They're not going to do that. They have a whole lot of other stuff to go do because they are tourists. I am not jealous at all. Maybe a little. All right, here we go. I'm going to pour, and here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. I'm not a trusting person. I'm just not. And I did play that little joke on last time's stream with tequila and took a shot at the beginning. It was water. To prove it, show you the label and everything. Whoa, hands are not doing the thing I want them to do. That's about right. Maybe just a smidge more. There we go. I'm trying to get it right to the top there. On the sticker. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. I just got a little whiff. Oh, that's peated. That was peated. No doubt about it. Mr. Grayshot, hello, cheers. Welcome. You need to tell me when you want to visit the stream. And you're going to need a headshot picture or something like that. Actually, I can use the picture that we took together in Who's What's It? Wizard Academy. That might work. For when you're a special guest. Whoa, lots of words. Buddha Donna Pass Whiskey says, recently opened a Glasgow blend single variant cask. That's cask strength from an old Craigellachie sherry butt. They seem to be common and at good value prices. I don't like that. Give it to me. I actually haven't seen Compass Box around here. At all. There might be one I've seen at some point, but I've forgotten about it because I very likely looked at the price and went, no. But I'm not sure. I don't remember. My memory doesn't work too well, if you didn't know. So this one, the first one, the Glasgow blend, is going to be in a aquavite glass. So if you can watch, I'm going to try to keep this facing you so you can see. But again, I have all these labels here and all that. I did my best to make it easy to understand. Four-leaf whiskey, hello. Cheers. Yes, Orchard House is going to be good. I'm kind of excited about having that again. Yes. Oh, that's right. Ooh. Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? Well, now I need to get one. That's annoying, first of all. Oh. Secondly, I remember trying it. I think. God, did I try that? I've tried so many things at Irene's store, but I know something she gave me not long ago made me go, oh, and stop me in my tracks. And I'm pretty damn sure it was a Scotch. Was it her pick? I'm not certain. Might have been. I don't remember when she got it, so it's a whole thing. Hell, they might all be gone, honestly. Compass Box stuff. Yes, 40 to 400. There's a problem with that for me. Because 40 is a lot. Huh. Love Orchard House and its great spring summer jam. Exactly. That was part of this. There's a whole, what do I call it? It's a word that Aquavita uses a lot. I can't remember what it is. I never can remember what it is. It's like a circumstantial, coincidental thing, except it's a different word. It's right there. You're going to say it soon. I'm going to go, that's what it is. Sumpadubading. I can even hear it said, except I can't hear the word. I only hear the sound it's making. Not Moorish. Close. It's when coincidences happen and it seems like everything just lines up properly. But there's a different word for it. And Roy uses it. I can't remember what it is. Pouring the next one. Ow. I'm trying to let it not. It's one of those things I try not to think about it. Oh, it's very hard. Lefroy Glass is going to be B here. This is Orchard House. Serendipity, thank you. Serendipity. I don't even remember why I thought serendipity. It's all gone now. It's all fading away. I don't remember what I was talking about because I got distracted by trying to remember serendipity. I don't remember why. I was trying to say serendipity. It's one of those days. Of course, number 4. C. Hedonism. The lady with all the stuff pouncing out of her face. Synchronicity. Yeah, see, I could hear the da-ba-da-ba-da, but I couldn't actually click onto the word in my head. I could hear the sound, sort of, you know, muffled, so I couldn't actually hear the word. Does that make sense? No. That's all right. It's like trying to explain music without words. You know, it's the sound rather than the word. I'm getting deep tonight. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, serendipity. It's a word I was trying to remember, and it meant something at the time, and I don't remember what. Right. We got our glassware set up. That only took 15 minutes, which is exactly the amount of time I'm supposed to do this again. I'm going to figure this out, this out soon, so it's automatic. I have a plan, and I might have been working at it 10 minutes before the stream started, when I should have been getting ready for the stream. If you're a patron of mine, you may know that. By the way, I have Patreon. I am forcing you to hear that more often because I need more patrons, because YouTube is not giving me anything. So until we get 1,000 subscribers, I ask for your help, either via the pinned comment, if you want to do that, that's awesome. Or if you want to join the Patreon, it's like $5 a month to help me out there and get to watch all the crazy lenses I do. It's similar to Instagram, except so much worse. I mean, better, so much better. Yes, better. Okay. Blend of Ardbeg and Glenmore called Serendipity back in the day. Whew. That sounds amazing. Day. I like that better. More called Serendipity back in the day. Love it. I already forgot the word. Serendipity. I still don't know why I was saying serendipity. Why can't I hear the music? It's been quiet. A sprinkle of magic. When you wish upon a star. Drink the whiskey, Brian. Oh, that's just slightly peated and it smells so sweet. And it's got vanilla. Almost powdered sugar. I'm trying to think of how to describe peat as a nosing thing. I guess a really intense moss, earthy, well, dirt. But fresh soil, except this is not, you know, made from fresh soil. Anyway, point is, that's in here. It's actually a really great smell. If you've ever been gardening, digging up the earth, that kind of smell. There's a very faint fruit note, but I don't know what that is. I think it's lemon. Smells delicious. Ooh. There's something there when I took it away. Glue? That was odd. All right, moving on to Orchard House. Hey, Basie, hello. Cheers. Welcome to this mess. Sizer. Serendipity. It's the word of the day, children. Trying to remember it for once in my life. I don't remember why I was saying serendipity. If anyone wants to like scroll back to like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, when I was talking, so I can figure out what I was trying to get around to until I got distracted, that'd be cool. KillCo Whiskey Musings, that's me. I went to Zenbu saying, I went to Mayfair in Harvard Square today, you would have hated it. Loud and crowded. I didn't stay long. Yeah, I like the idea of going to events like that, except just not when anyone's there. I think of one of the events I went to that I did enjoy, but it was still a bit much on occasion, was it was in Chicago, Illinois, of all places, and it was a Japanese festival. There's actually a Japanese garden somewhere in the Chicago area, and they have this, I believe it's yearly, Japanese festival. And me, who likes Japan culture and anime in particular, my friend who lived in Illinois at the time decided to go there, and it was very enjoyable. It was a beautiful day. A little hot, if I remember correctly. But I got to try some sake. I still had a little square thing. So that was an event I enjoyed because there was more space. Like we were out in a park, so it wasn't as like condensed. I went to another event in, was it Mohegan Sun? A casino in Connecticut. So crowded. So crowded. And I found out that they were doing, I probably told this story before, but I found out they were doing a little tasting not event. There was a tasting that was going on for at least 2 different types of whiskeys. One was Japanese. The other one I don't remember. But it was like a bunch of tables and glassware, and someone would sit up front and talk about the whiskey. And that was completely separate from the madhouse that was the tasting area for the main event, which is just a bunch of tables, a bunch of whiskey, a bunch of people talking. It was nuts. I couldn't even find the place I was actually trying to get to. I think it was either Sons of Liberty, it must have been Sons of Liberty, who had their whiskey there, or Newport Craft. Oof. Oh, yes. Serendipity for something like that. But it was... Oh, there we go. Thank you, Trigger Kitty. Now I got back on track. Serendipity for the fact that It's Bourbon Night is in Scotland. They got to meet up with Roy. I've been wanting to open this for a while. And the serendipity part was that I think earlier this week, last week, I'm fairly certain, recently, I don't want to say last week, Whiskey Vault did a video about a compass box. I don't know if it was one of these. I feel like it wasn't. But, all these little things falling into place, and me being like, I need to open this now. This does have that green apple note. This is the Orchard House, by the way. It's like green apple skin with a little bit of that apple citrus. Not citrus, apple. What do I call it? Apple. Ugh. There's a slight vanilla. It's a very light vanilla caramel glaze. Ooh. I remember this one makes me think of some kind of glazed candied apple, green candied apple. Oh, I am very thirsty now. I'm gonna have some actual water first, so I can control myself. Good God. Oh, that's better. Spaniard, thank you. That's what it was. I remember I liked Spaniard. They didn't hate it, but they were saying it was the weirdest thing they were talking about. And this might not be true, it may be true, I don't remember, but it was supposed to be for blending. So the Spaniard was one that could be used in making cocktails. It's like a $70 bottle. I don't know. Watch that if you want. I watch Whiskey Vault stuff all the time since I'm a whiskey som. It's good to know what's currently in the vault. Like that. I know they have a whole, it was Compass Box, I think. They have a Compass Box section. 10 to 15 bottles. There's a faint, I want to say chalk or eraser, like a chalk eraser. That was weird. Or unexpected, not weird. There's something else in there. All right, I just thought of a rock. And I mean not a pebble, a rock about this size, dark gray for some reason, and smooth. So it's a smooth, circular-ish, more like an oval rock. So that means something. Is that some kind of mineral thing? Because my biggest problem is trying to take the image or the thought that flashes through my head and turn that into a tasting note. So a certain rock, very specific oddly enough, can only make me think something minerally. A lot of things out there you don't think about having a smell. I don't know why rock came to mind, but it also made me think of, once I think of rock, it bounces to beach. The beaches around Rhode Island are very rocky, by the way. Odd. Rolled stone you found on the beach. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's where I was going. Like I said, the beaches around here are very rock heavy. So that's what it made me think of as I thought about it. Oh, let me highlight that. Whiskey Vault did do a video about Spaniard, so if you want to watch it, go ahead. Because I don't have that here. Next. Oh, and if you didn't see, Orchard House is funny enough in Lefroy glass. And our last one here is in my Bastard's Ball glass. Which is, oh, come on, just a top hat thing. This is the one from 2021. I had to think about that really hard. I'm trying to organize my thoughts there. Oh no, that one went wild. It was like a vanilla brownie. Like not a chocolate brownie, it was vanilla or almost cookie dough like, but not. And then my brain went to cornbread. This is an odd one. This is not like the other two. The other ones are very sweet and kind of upfront fruit. Vanilla for one of them. Peat for the first one. So I think the glass itself is getting my way. Is it? I wonder if it costs them more just because of where they are. Yeah, that's the one I had last time. Was Orchard, not Orchard. I had Spaniard, Spice Tree, and something else. They had a different sampler pack. I do have the stream somewhere, but I'm not going to record it. As I commented at the time I got roasted for, well, you knew, you watched it. What they reviewed was not the Spaniard, but rather the story of the Spaniard. Ooh, that's happened before. Little things, you can't change it. But you know at least. Yeah, because I was a little surprised about, like, I remembered the Spaniard very differently. I'm listening to them going, really? I got that clean glass smell getting my way for this one. Stop! There's something musty and dusty about this one. Which one? I forgot which one this is. Oh, it's the Queen! The Queen is musty and dusty, apparently. Oh wait, this is the one that was, not, where is it? Where is it? Grain whiskey. Which one is it? Doesn't tell me. I can't say I like the nose on this one, but it's also very faint. I'm having trouble getting my head around it. And anything that is showing up, I'm not particularly liking. This is a moss to it. I wonder if this is... What grain? Which grain is it? That changes things. This one's boggling my brain. For a moment it was raisins, and then I went to olives. Hello, Viking bourbon. Now I'm thinking about, can you dry out olives to make them look like raisins? I don't even like olives to begin with. Or at least I don't think I do. I have not actually gone to the effort of trying them, but I know they're very salty, and I wasn't a huge fan. Viking bourbon, hello. Cheers, welcome. Still need to fix my bike someday. One was very limited release, 46%, and the other is core range at 43%. It irritates me when people get the details wrong when the label is right there. Well, I can understand how that happens. It happened in one video, not that I remember this for a specific reason, where they were doing something. It was some kind of comparison, and they had a Wild Turkey, the lower proof bottle, and they kept saying Wild Turkey 101, and my brain wanted to explode. I'm like, did someone just grab a bottle of Wild Turkey and didn't know? That was a while ago, so I couldn't even find the video if I wanted to. Alright, this one's really weird. With that, I haven't had a sip in 30 minutes, so let's fix that, okay? I don't remember if I did this or not already, but just in case. Feed the algorithm. Get others into this trap of mine. Ow. Sugar Kitty says, I think the previous sampler pack was Spice Tree, Story of the Spaniard, and Peat Monster. That sounds about right. Because I do recall having all three of those, and it must have been that sampler pack. Since I have absolutely never had a bottle of Compass Box in my life. There's a couple that, I, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, someday. And they're, Compass Box stuff and Scotch Malt Whiskey Society stuff. I know the prices of some of those, and it's insane. But I've had a few tiny samples. One very special memory, of course, is getting some SMWS fancy hidden bottle from, is it Scott? God, I'm bad with names. Scotch Test Dummies. He's the one who's been doing all the SMWS stuff with them. But he was at the last Bastards Ball, and he gave me a little sneak pour of something pretty good. I don't remember what it was. It was a very generous thing for him to do, and it clicked and stuck. And it was really good. I do remember that. Some kind of peated something or other. It was delightful. All right, start. Oof, peat. Speaking of, we're on A here, which, if you can tell, this is Glasgow blend. Glasgow. But these are what I'm drinking, and these are the order. I hope that helps because I don't know what else to do. I kind of can't see the B. That's bothering me, so hopefully it's not bothering you. Maybe if I can outline those. Can I do that here? Am I going to keep talking like this? No. Oh. Oh. Not a lot to that. He said as he felt the burn. Hello. Yeah, it was very simple. Just a little light peat. Just a little peppery. Very little sweetness. Not overly peated. The texture didn't blow me away. But that was the first sip, so I'm going to have one more. Unfortunately, I made the peated one the first one. I couldn't have known that. Because I was trying not to read any info about this. This is one I feel that if it was a higher proof, I would like it more. One more sip. I'm going to hold in my palate. Find out if I can figure anything else out, because that was very brief. Light vanilla, little spice. The peat went ashy for a moment there. Only a very slight and simple vanilla sweet. And it sticks for a little while, but the peat really sticks. The finish is extremely long. The mouthfeel was a little better when I had just a bit more. Usually the first sip is just literally a sip. And I don't keep it in my mouth or anything. So the second sip, holding it on the palate, much more enjoyable as far as texture goes. The taste is still a bit lacking for me. Maybe you'll enjoy it. But again, remember, my opinion. My opinion. In this moment today. I could absolutely love this some other day. But right now, I feel like my again, was my own fault is getting into the higher proof stuff of both Scotch and bourbons. Really messed me up for the lower proof stuff. I always want more. Mike Franklin says, I paid $72 for the Orchard House. Haven't cracked it yet. He and his wood 60. Well, no time like the present. Or no. You open that whenever you want, but here's the thing. You don't need a lot of reason to do it. I have had to tell myself numerous times, and other whiskey folk have said this, is don't wait to open a bottle for a special occasion. Every day, every moment of your life is a special occasion. You're still here. You need no real reason to open a bottle. I have my own thing about that because I have to make a video for it usually. But, you know, open the damn stuff. Drink it while you can. There's no guarantee you'll be here tomorrow. Let's not get too dark, Brian. Sorry. But also it's really good. I already know that. So it couldn't hurt. Who would ever know other than you? Andrew Butler says, I have several Compass Box bottles. I think my favorite is the double single third edition with Jill Boyd, who I've met, as lead whiskey maker. Ooh. That does sound like a very fancy special bottle. You should have some right now. Oh, it's probably gone. Yeah, I don't even know. I know I've had a few samples of stuff while in the vault. I think I did an Instagram post about that. I think. Because there was a moment in time where it was just me in the vault by myself for like 3 hours. Because I didn't really have anywhere I wanted to go while I was in Austin. And it was getting pretty hot. So the options were, and the Crowded Barrel was closed. So it was either stay in my room, which was air conditioned and beautiful and, you know, luxurious, but I would just be on my laptop. Blech. So then it was like, well, the vault has air conditioning. So I went up there for 3 hours and just tried different things and did the Somm stuff with myself. It was great. Not necessarily with myself. I did research on many whiskeys there. And that is a feeling that is very hard to replicate anywhere else in the world. It is something I could do here if I really wanted to. But what I tried to do, as many of you know, is share a lot of this with others because I can't drink it all. I may do another, I'm trying to think. Nope, not next Sunday. Well, maybe. I don't know. I have to do another giveaway. I considered doing one tonight, but I'm doing a flight. I don't want to think about trying to do a giveaway at the same time. Plus, I can't give any of these away. So, Jimmy Jazz, good evening, Brian. That's me. Jimmy Jazz, good evening. Welcome. I think I added some Glasgow blend to a peated infinity bottle. I have to have a sip to see how it's come together. Ooh, risky. But do it. Do it. I still haven't had a sip of the Orchard House. I need to cleanse my palate with the water of life. Oh. Right, whiskey is the water of life. The actual water that will keep you alive is water. Oh my goodness. It's so spot on. I mean, I don't know if it's one of those little suggestive-y things because it's Orchard House, but smells like green apple. And I like green apples. Although it tends to make me think of sour candy. Like sour apple is usually the green one. Because it's tart. I'm realizing something is slightly distracting to me. If you're not a patron of mine, you wouldn't know this. But I have recently been put into the negative a little bit. I think I mentioned this on Friday. I don't remember what I say. But Let me get a crown set up, like crown tooth thing. $475 I didn't have. Ah! So I have a cap on right now until they actually get the crown that they're going to use. And I can feel the whiskey going by it. Like, it's fine, but it's also like mildly annoying, especially when I hold the whiskey in my mouth. First sip wasn't much, by the way. It was a little sweet, and then it was gone. This is the 46 one, so I'm hoping for more with this next sip and holding my palate and all that. Whew. A little spice, like baking spices. If you hold it on there for a minute, and just a slight thread of vanilla, and then it gets a little dry at the end. But there's no apple taste. You can smell it, like it smells like green apple to me, but I'm not getting that on the palate, which is a little frustrating. The nose and the palate are different. It's not a bad thing. Just confusing to my little brain. And even the nose is more subdued now. It has been sitting there for a hot minute, so let's not pretend that's not true. Of course, many of you know I'm going to do something mad at the end of this. And then we'll have a little bourbon, by the way. Don't worry. Even though I'm here for the Scotch, it's going to be 2 hours. And it's bourbon night, technically. But they're in Scotland, so I get to take over. All right, on to number 3, which is the least favorite right now. And all of these they're nice. Like the first one is especially nice because it's got a little peat to it. Orchard House, delicious. Still confusing. The nose is wonderful, and then you drink it and you're like, where's the apple? Where's the apple? I'm not getting it on my palate. Again, it doesn't help to have peated anything first. I don't think that's the actual problem, but because these are all very calm, they're very subdued. They're not the kind of Scotch uppercut I'm looking for. Is that a thing? Hadouken. Sorry. Except with a Scottish accent. I'm trying to think of a Hadouken with a Scottish accent. Hadouken! Bam! None of these are doing that to me. Some of you are going, what the hell is a Hadouken? It's alright, don't worry about it. Actually, this might be the Hadouken. Anyway, I haven't played that game in ages. Don't worry about it. Most of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Sorry. What? Have a sip? Okay. Oh. Those are like Cheerios. Except slightly sweet. So the, I don't even know if they make them anymore. The vanilla frosted Cheerios, almost. Not as sweet. I think it's the grain that shows up. Like it has that, like regular Cheerios thing. I don't even remember what regular Cheerios are made out of, actually. Grain. But I don't remember which one. Like wheat? Are they wheat? Oh my god, my friend. It's so good. I have detached myself from that, and I need to do that same thing with Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm playing through for the second time, even though I don't need to. I think I want to do a little of the achievements, but I can spiral deep into a game for far too long. I am absolutely certain I played Red Dead Redemption for more than 300 hours, because I have no self-control. But it's an astounding game. And what was I going to say about it? Oh yes, my friend Greg is playing it. He hasn't finished it, but I did. And I played the online thing for a bit, but I have so many games I need to play, I'm trying to cut off and finish at some point, because I can get sucked into stuff real easy. I did the same thing with Borderlands. All of them. Jimmy Jazz broke a cork on Glenn Farkless 105, 10-year-old. The cork floating inside. No! Summoning my inner John Glazier to blend with the last 100 milliliter of a Clean Leash 14, and I need to find some others to add. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Jack! Or JC, I don't know which it is. Cheers! Welcome. Listening in the background while I do chores. Oh, you do chores? That must be so nice. I've heard of them. I don't really do them. I did put the dishes away this morning. It's a rarity that I actually do that. It is oats. I thought so. I don't think they used oats in this, but they don't tell me what kind of grain it is. So who knows? I don't know. Do you know? If you know, do tell me, because I don't know. I'm going to have another sip of this, hold my palate, see what happens. Again, this is C. I had no idea where I picked it up from. That music just changed. You can tell it's grainy. There's a, I don't know if it's plastic or a slight metallic note, which I don't like. Grain whiskey and mead usually don't get along too well. Not sure why. Could be the proof, again. I don't know. But it's metallic vanilla. So I don't like. I wouldn't buy that bottle. There we go. Now I know. Oof. North British component might be corn. Ah, but most of it is probably wheat. I like wheat usually, but unfortunately I seem to understand that wheat is kind of subtle and quieter, while rye, on the other hand, is very spicy. And corn can be very sweet, like disgustingly sweet. I think there's someone here who is not a fan of corn whiskey of any sort. I wonder if you'd like mellow corn. I think I've had that, but I don't remember if I had a real opinion about it. I probably didn't because I don't remember. All right. So I'm going to say the last one here, the hedonism, is just not my thing. Again, it's a grain whiskey. The other two are something else. I can actually read you what they say now. Was it on the back of the box too? Nope. Oh, maybe it was on the label, which is on the floor. It also has tiny print. Ugh. See if they, you know what? I'll just read what's on the back. If I can. No, that's just telling me what it is. Ah. Okay. Oh, well, I'm not surprised. Which one was it? Do you remember? I mean, she has so much stuff. Who the hell knows? It was supposed to be a rye event, too. So she's like, you like rye, huh? Here, try this. Let's see. The Glasgow blend, which is A, which is the one I really do like. Single grain and single malt whiskeys. I like both of those things. Smokiness and the rich dried fruit character of sherry 8 cask aging. Okay. It's good. I can't tell there's sherry anything. I'm not even certain I know what sherry tastes like to start with. So, Penny Butler says, I like mellow corn. I keep meaning to do a side-by-side of that with Plate Valley and Baby Blue. Oh, Baby Blue, no. I've tried Baby Blue, and it was a no. It was a no. I would absolutely try anything from Balcones, but I tried that one. It was just, I don't think I finished it. It was just that, nope, can't, too sweet, too weird. Orchard House, combination of only single malts. I like that. Snobby. It has notes of apple, fruitiness, and a touch of baking spice. Agreed. These are very basic, so again, this is what came in the box. Hedonism is a blended grain whiskey. Mature single grain whiskeys with a sweet vanilla-like impression. Hey, who said vanilla except metallic vanilla? All right. Well, there you have it, folks. As far as me getting it done before the hour, I did it. I did the thing. Yes. But now I have to do something truly terrible. And I am not going to like this, by the way. I know. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. We'll all get through it together. I'm about to mix all of these together in one glass. Why am I that? I can just do it, that's why. And they're only a little bit each. I think I have them just about even, as best I can. The peat stuff is going to take over, I can almost guarantee it. Alberta Premium Cast Strength Why? Holy Jeebus. Mike Franklin, you are a madman tonight. You're not happy about tomorrow being Monday, huh? Ha! I think mine was, what's the one I have? 66? So math is not my strong suit. It's about that. That's up there. That's crazy. Orchard House is mostly Berenice, Kleinlich, and Linquin. Oh. I think I remember liking Kleinlich. But I don't know. Anyhow, let's do some horrible things. 1, 2. I'm putting them all in the Aqua Vita glass because he would love doing this. Maybe not. Here we go. I expect to see like smoke and, you know, mad scientist stuff going on here. Just... It makes me think of the Muppets for some reason. But there we go. We have mixed them all together. Because I didn't really like them all separately. I liked the Orchard House the most. However, this one definitely made it a run for the money if I wanted to do a peat thing. But I am more towards the friendlier, fruity, sweet space sides typically. However, I do enjoy a lightly peated something or other every once in a while. It used to be I would go for Open 14 if I saw it on the shelf at a bar. Usually that was very expensive. It's not any cheaper now, so I'm glad I have a bottle hidden in there somewhere. Kleinlich is the one I discovered with the bottle. I was wondering why the hell you were like Kleinlich. Why does that trigger me like that? Yes, that was very good. Wow. There we go. Excuse me. Alright, the peat is not as forward as I expected it to be. It's there, but it's muted. Yes. Probably. I actually have, every time I think of Mad Scientist, there's a song that the Muppets did. It was very sad. Oh god, I can't remember the song. But he talks about turning back the clock and going back in time and being, you know, if you could only go back. It's a sad song. You'd have to find it. And it might have been that doctor, I'm not sure. It's been a minute since I watched any Muppet stuff other than the random stuff that's been popping up with, what was the name of that so-called band that is on the Muppets? They just are always there. And of course there is... Really? I'm going to be like this today? Smashy Drummer one. Animal? Is that his name? That feels about right. He just makes noises. That's actually not too bad. The peat is still on the palate, and it still does a little bit of a ashiness. Tasty, not too bad. I'd like to say that the three mixed together in whatever doses that was are about. They're somewhat better together, but not completely. If I wanted to drink these, I would absolutely drink the Orchard House or the Glasgow blend separately, you know, as is. But they're still not doing a lot for me, unfortunately. And I want them to. I'm very happy about Compass Box and blended whiskey being an art form like they try to do. But with the lower proof stuff, I've been spoiled. I've been spoiled by high proof whiskeys. It's sad. I would absolutely give these to people who are new to whiskey, though, just because of the presentation. You show these bottles to anyone who's new to whiskey, and they're just going to be like, ooh. And then you tell them how much it costs, and they go, ooh. Was it Electric Mayhem? They have a movie coming out. That's why I see them popping up a lot. It's going to be about them who never recorded an album, but it's that band. And I'm still trying to remember what the heck the name of that song was for the Muppets. Why? Sorry, I'm looking at my my other screen that's supposed to be keeping up with me actually doing stuff. Super annoying. There we go. Now I think it's caught up. And lately, the streaming thing has showed me such weird stuff. It shows me how many people have been in chat for how long. We have 10 of you here now. Make sure you do the thing. Appease the algorithm overlords with your thumbs, please. And thank you. I don't know how it all works. Pop Kickle, hello, Dad. Welcome to this madness. I'm drinking a bunch of scotch for the moment. I'm going to try to drink all of this before I move on to my next one. And my next one officially is going to be, well, since I've been thinking about it, I've been advertised to a lot lately, and I've been saying numerous times that one of the other types of whiskeys out there, Texas whiskeys, that are trying to get on the shelves and behind the bars is still Austin. I know that because I keep seeing goddamn advertisement for it everywhere I go. But I will admit it's very likely just Facebook. It's like Facebook and Instagram, which are the same thing. Meta, sorry, are trying to advertise it to me, which I already like. I liked it once because I do like it, and now they won't stop trying to advertise to me. But since they are, that implies that I could get Still Austin somehow, should I want to. My guess is that I could probably pick it up at a Total Wine. I'm not sure on that. Same goes for Andalusia, possibly. I don't know yet. Whoop! Then it says, my Peated Infinity, Compass Box No Name number 2, this is the Glasgow one, Ben Rick, Curiosities 10, Tomatin Kubakan, Cole Isla, 12, Lagavulin 8 and 16, Peaty, Meaty, Big, and Bouncy. Ooh, I like that. Really? My brain's like, oh, that sounds like a great date. It's like, stop. Put that away. Put it away. Good God. All right. Well, I get to sip on this for a little while longer. Thank you for participating and following me with that. I hope you enjoyed it. I like doing sample flights like this, even though it means I have to clean more glassware. Don't worry, I have a machine that does that for me. And now I need to do what? Get rid of that. And get rid of... What's the other thing I need to move? Oh, that. Bop. Hey, music, you're loud enough to distract me. Stop it. There we go. Scott Moody, look out. That's troublemaker. Cheers and welcome to this mess. I'm just about to step into the It's Bourbon Night role because they are not around. As I said at the start of the stream, It's Bourbon Night is currently having lots of fun in Scotland without me. It's fine. I'm not jealous. Strange as it sounds, the texture improved. It's a little rounder, a little creamier, and the peat still is there. It's somehow lighter, and it shows up mid-palate, not initially. Huh. All right, so here we go. Electric Mayhem consists of Dr. Teeth on vocals and keyboards, Animal on drums, Floyd Pepper on vocals and bass, Janice on vocals and the lead guitar, Zoot on saxophone, and Lips on trumpet. That sounds about right. I don't remember all the names. I just know they got a movie coming out soon. It's gonna be funny because those guys are very chill, extremely chill. Yeah, it makes it hard for them to disagree with anything. So I understood the trailer anyway. All right. Remember, we're all here for the Scotch for the moment. But as I was saying, I'll be pouring a little bit of this. As you can tell, it needs to go. I won't be able to get another one for a hot minute, but I also have 2 cask strength ones. So, it's no big deal. And if you will recall, the Stella Austin basic release starts at 49.2%. All the more reason why I like to think they would be behind more bars. Because if you can get, let's picture it like this. Who would I put these guys up against? All right, there's one, and then, All right. These comparisons aren't fair, for the record. So you have 3 whiskeys in front of you behind the bar. You're going to have a neat pour. And some of you will lean into something else, I understand. But if you saw Jim Beam, the basic Jim Beam, Still Austin, and then an Elijah Craig, which one do you think you'd go for? Because Elijah Craig is 47%. 47%? I think. I always forget if it's 45 or 47. I swear it's 47. I tried to remember that because 7. Anyway, those are 3 bottles you could see behind a bar. Weirdly enough, I don't think I see Elijah Craig behind a bar very often. But I do see Jim Beam and Jack Daniels all the time. I pick Jim Beam because that's a bourbon. Ow. But I feel like that's what they're going for, to be on the shelf behind the bar. Exactly, Mr. Greatshot. You'd pick Stella Austin because it is 49.2%. I don't know which one would cost more. I'd like to think they'd all be about the same price because that'd be great. But I have a feeling that Stella Austin is trying to ramp up production and get behind more bars and get on more shelves because of their advertising. If they're advertising to me via Facebook and Instagram while I live in Rhode Island, they seem to be looking to expand. In fact, well, I won't do it now, and I'll forget later. But if you want, and you're not in Texas, mind you, look at your local Total Wine or whatever your giant alcohol retailer is, and look up Still Austin. Who knows? Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. But my feeling is that it probably will be soon. I know Iron Root did that, and I know Balcones has definitely done that. They were the first out of the gate, I feel. Although, if you don't know the story, and you haven't watched the video, because it's a super awesome video that I did a while ago. But anyway, it's me going to get my first bottle of Iron Root, which I had in 2019. It must have been 2019. But I did a video about going to get it because it was the first Texas whiskey I got to try. And I really like it. I haven't had a bottle in a while because it's still expensive. So there's that. Drink more of this real quick. All right, we're leaning into the 8 o'clock time frame. So this will be going on for another hour. But it's just more of a hangout now because I've officially blended all 3 of the whiskeys together like a madman. It's actually not bad. I would still prefer either the, like I said, Glasgow blend, or the Orchard House separately. And this last one I don't like. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's grain. But no, nothing much to it, and I don't really like what is there. There's a slight fruit note in here, but it's not apple anymore. Slight vanilla, a little biscuity. And then the dry note shows up. It's not as peppery now. I think the peat is fading out. But it's this, for whatever reason, the ashy note. As it dries out, it gets a little ashy. And I don't think I really like that. It's not terrible. It's just nothing ashy or chalky. Somewhere in between there. And this is, again, the blend. So if you want to blend them together, go ahead. But I wouldn't really recommend it. It's not bad, but it improved the third one. I'll say that. I don't want to hate on the third one or the ABC. So the hedonism, but it's not for me. Maybe it's for someone else. I'd imagine it is. Otherwise, it wouldn't make it. I'm trying to think. Oh, for this week's video, I haven't gotten there yet, but there will be one. I hope. Don't quote me on that. I have, though. I'm not going to give you spoilers. Patrons might get spoilers. All the more reason to join my Patreon. I'm going to be doing that a lot. Again, I apologize, but as I have been doing this video stuff for 3 years? 4 years? 4 years. This year, I believe 4 years. Ooh. I think. But, haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. Have not hit 1,000 subscribers. And I don't have the watch hours even. I did for a brief amount of time, but I was also doing 3 streams a week. That was a little much. But yeah, YouTube isn't gonna start giving me anything anytime soon. And even if they did, I hear it's not much. So I'm emphasizing Patreon more because I think it's fun there. I'm there for one thing, as are a lot of other people. But the lenses, don't worry, be happy. I'm just trying to remember what the very sad scientist Muppet was, the song. Like if I could go back in time, but that's not what he's saying. Da 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 da. I don't remember the words. I can just remember the sound. If I could put time in a bottle. Took a little bit. Hey, there we go. 5 fingers. Yeah. I'm glad someone got that other than me. Whew. But there is a Muppet version of that song where it's a mad scientist mixing potions together and slowly getting younger as he's singing that very sad song. It's a good video, but it was one of those like, wow, the Muppets throwing a curveball at me. What the hell? Oh, don't worry, as I have been drinking this. No, sure you get him. Afraid not. Time in a bottle. I just don't remember which Muppet or what the Muppet's name was, but it was a mad scientist looking thing. It was very old at the start. Very old. Ancient. Boy, that goes back. Exactly. It's almost like you want to put time in a bottle. Huh. I brought out my little bastard's bowl, Tiny Glen, because I'm going from 40, what was the most highest here, 46%, and I made about, I want to say less than 2 ounces in this, give or take. So I'm drinking less than 2 ounces, or about 2 ounces of this Scotch, and the highest one is 46%. Mixed together, I don't know what that does. I don't understand that kind of thing. But we're going from the 46 to the 50, the 49. Which is almost 50. And we're going to bourbon, which is going to be a heck of a lot sweeter. And if you're wondering why I'm doing that, well, it's bourbon night, technically. But they're in Scotland. And I'm here. And I may or may not pour another Scotch. I haven't decided yet. Where are you going? Oh, shoot. Where is it? Oh, it's behind me. That's right. Nope. Nope. Where is it? There. Anyway, let's first finish this other one. Whoa! That was a lot. Just BAM! Text. I think my fonts are too large for my text because it's just pops up like that. Zenboot says, my notes for hedonism, Little Debbie Nutty Buddy, caramel, soy nuts. Oh, that's a good one. Butterscotch, pickle and brine, salt and vinegar chips, milk chocolate, shortbread dipped in cream, peppermint chaser, coconut curry. Well, you got a lot more out of that than I did. I could definitely say soy nuts or soy itself because it was just bland. All over the place, exactly. It must have been a callback. But they did, so it was a nice song. I'd like to sing you the song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. You know, I think I've heard that before somewhere. Cool Runnings. And here's the problem. I can't sing that without having to switch into some kind of Jamaican accent, which feels weird. I like it. I don't dislike it. I can do the... Get out of my head, Zembu. I try to keep that song in the back of my mind somewhere. Robin Williams is in that music video, by the way. If you haven't watched the music video, you probably should. It's wild. It's very like scattered all over the place, but it's still fun. Rip. Cheers to that. Slancha, even. Or what do you say to that? Because Slancha is like to your health. It's like, well, they're dead, so. To their memory? To them? To a life well lived. There we go. That can be used in almost anything. You say to a life well lived when someone's gone, and you can say to a life well lived as in the future, like at a wedding. Maybe. Talking about me. All right, what? The song's making me think of Super Mario Brothers. The heck. This is pretty good, easy to drink. Almost too easy. I can feel it starting to accumulate in my brain. It's in the front usually, but it's right now it's in here. Just going through. I have to have more whiskey now. Again, I have 1 hour left and I want to do one bourbon. This is bourbon item. And then one more very special scotch, which I need very little reason to pour. Like, give me an excuse and I will do it. But I will have that in... well, I'm going to have use it in the glass I'm using right now. So I have to drink it all. If you insist. Please tell me what is in your glass tonight if you haven't told me already. Because I don't like to drink alone. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be orange juice or water. Ginger ale. Anything. Eggnog. Whatever. I know it's not exactly seasonal, but there's got to be someone out there. It's just all the year. Carefree Highway. How would you mean? That's the name of a song? I'm not paying attention. Oh wait. It's doing that thing again. Sorry. I know top chat and live chat are not very different. But I want to make sure I can see it. I'm trying to get used to this weird feeling that's happening with my tooth when I drink whiskey. Like it zips past it. I can almost feel it. Oh yeah? Ooh. That's not good. What really sucks is this like $475 problem that I have. I shouldn't push on it like that for one thing. Hi. But there's another one over here. All the way in the back. So I get to do it again. Later this year. Oops. If you read my mind. It says, give me the whiskey. Just water today. I had too much whiskey over the last 2 days. Hey, that's a great shot. Cinco de Mayo took you out. Or just being online with other whiskey folk. That'll do it. As I said before, there are a lot of other channels that are not as... I don't want to use the word responsible. That's not a fun word to say. But they aren't really as cautious about how they're drinking their whiskey. So, no hate, just... Okay. That's the way I feel about it. I also want to say, as a upfront, this is stuff I should have said last year, but there was a point in time in my life where I went, what was the really like negative way to say it? It's when you don't do anything, like no drugs, no alcohol. Straight edge, was that it? I don't exactly know how that is a phrase that means that, but for me, it was a very short amount of time, mind you, like a year. But I don't know if it helped or not because I was still not diagnosed and not medicated, so didn't seem to matter. I was still all over the place. I made, bad decisions still. Oh yes, Cool Runnings. Don't go nuts. Hot chocolate's a good one. I don't do tea. My problem is I will have coffee still. Like since I've been getting coffee month to month, I don't run out. Not that I ever really did, but I will make 2 cups of coffee a day lately. And then today I had 1 cup of coffee, and then I got some kind of Starbucks double espresso energy thing. If you can't tell, I kind of can. Dr. Pepper's pretty good, Sugar Kitty. I've been doing, lately I bought like the 7 ounce or 6 ounce or whatever the heck they are, little cans of Diet Dr. Pepper, because Dr. Pepper was just a weird flavor sensation. It's hard to explain what it tastes like. The 3 Tooth Crowns, at least partially related to the tequila bad experience I mentioned before. Oof. Got that bad, huh? Wow. Well, live and learn, as they say. That's rough. I did the worst thing I did when drinking and being young is I slammed this hand against a garage door, so you'd think that wouldn't be as bad, but I slammed it so hard that I fractured this bone right there, and I had to go to the hospital. They also committed me for a week, so that didn't help. I was not in a good state that day, and that really, really was not great. Cool Runnings loves coffee. Well, Cool Runnings, have you heard about the Awesome Coffee Club? If you make your own coffee at home. My main thing for doing it is 1, it goes to charity, very important, and 2, I don't go out to Starbucks every day and spend $6 on a freaking cold brew. So yeah, that's the way. It's a $20 1 pound bag that'll last me a whole month. So it also helps because I make my own coffee at home, costs less on everything. Not only that, but gas. We don't think about that. Oh no, Mr. Great Shot. I need to make stickers or something to say hydration is key. Send them to people. Dr. Pepper Minis, yes. The Diet Dr. Pepper one. I don't need any extra calories from that stuff, and I already get sketched out about soda and my teeth. I've had a bad experience, and that's part of the reason I have to get these crowns. I drank a lot of soda as a youngling, and I didn't brush properly because that required some kind of regularity, which I didn't do. At least not half as much as I should have. 20 flavors in Dr. Pepper, so yeah, a bit hard to say them all at once. As I understand it, the guy who made it was trying to make what, like, desktop, not desktop, but drugstore way back when they had soda fountains. He was going for that kind of vibe. I have Cool Runnings. I have a video about it. Go look at it. At least I think I do. I think I bought like a mini one and tried it. I enjoyed it, but I don't think it was something I would get on purpose. I would go more towards the Jameson Stout barrel finish thing. before I went towards that. That would be good to maybe add to your coffee. I can definitely see that. But I tend to prefer Bailey's or something similar to Bailey's if I'm making coffee with some kind of alcohol in it. You need to make a shirt that's saying on it? Well, it wouldn't make sense, though. I mean, it would be nice for other people to see. Like, hydration is key, and everyone's walking, oh, yeah, it's true. It's not whiskey related. But it's in there. That's a thought. I think I even came up with a basic design for it, but I never followed through, because that requires a lot of other things. Well, cool writing, I hope you'll like it. It was not one of the recent ones. It was early on. So my editing skills, for what they are, were worse. They've improved a little bit, I'd like to think. But as far as those kind of videos, that was like, I cut and paste. That was it. Cut out the part where I'm not talking, and then just chunk it together. FEW cold cut? Wow, everything moved. Whereas the Coke, also a drugstore, pick me up. Yeah, caffeine and cocaine, that will do it. Those were the early days. I often wonder, again, we're going into the musing part of the stream if you haven't noticed. What right now are we doing that is similar to us looking back on Coca-Cola having cocaine in it? Like, what are we doing now that's like that, but we won't know until 40 years from now? That's scary, isn't it? It's probably social media. If I'm going to say anything, like, social media has had an influence on humanity, and not necessarily in a good way. Advertisement, that's another one. I like the concept behind advertisement, but also advertisement. And this is as someone who studied graphic design. So it literally went through the process of telling you how colors and different kinds of things can affect a person's mood and feeling and what they, there's a whole psychology about getting people to want things. It's wild. In advertising, in graphic design. It's wild. And disturbing, which is why I didn't follow through with that idea. I even used a little bit of it for my thumbnails. The thumbnail I did today was actually pretty good. It wasn't geared towards, advertising in the sense of getting people to come in here and buy anything, but I know it's just putting a little compass box logo would get people's attention. You probably have, but again, it's been, like I said, it's been a while. Whoops. Always watch it again and make sure you give it a like and tell your friends. I don't know how to advertise like whiskey videos. It's like, if you watch it, show someone else who may want to watch it. At best, you can find whiskeys that people are interested in. I think that's the main reason I did the Elijah Craig A123, because I know it's a sought after thing. Some video views have gone up ever since I did the Whiskey Tribe, the tour of the vault, because people have been asking for it, like on the Whiskey Vault channel and on the Whiskey Tribe stuff. They keep asking for a layout of the vault, and I gave a very basic one, but that's what it was. It's a lot of bourbons on one side, and then you get to the rest. The problem is it's not organized in a very strict way. It's mostly just the general type of whiskey. I'm doing this because I'm thinking about it. I'm not looking at you because I'm in my brain. Ouch. Everything hurts. I'm talking too fast. Need to breathe. Alright, I need to get on to these other two whiskeys here. I'm about to do something I will regret. Don't do this at all. It's okay. The slight peatiness is a bit weird. And like I said, ashy. Slightly chalky. Marketing stir. Is there a new product? Did Red Bull do a thing? Because I absolutely did Jaeger bombs once upon a time. With friends. I wasn't just doing it myself. And I felt pretty schnit the next day. But that was also probably 10 plus years ago. Ooh. No. Well, maybe. When I was 30-something. And again, this is when I visited my friend in Illinois, strangely enough. All right, time for a little bit of bourbon to celebrate its bourbon night, because that's what it's supposed to be tonight. But it isn't. Yeah, Red Bull's not good. Red Bull is the epitome of man-made chemical thing. Same with the Monster Energy drinks. There's something about it that's just not right. As far as like natural flavors and stuff you expect to eat and drink that is at least, you know, expected. Like apples and even meat, vegetables, all those kind of things. You have a certain natural presence, a natural smell, a natural, you know, kind of taste. And then you get to something like that, which is just a chemical concoction that smells like a chemical concoction. Artificial on all counts, exactly, Zenbood. Hold on, I gotta highlight that in a second. Yep. There we go. Gotta drink this, then another, Brian. Calm down. Shut up. Okay. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. If I had a real problem, these bottles would not be here. They would mostly be empty. You go here. Why did it cause a marketing stir? Just because did they make an alcohol beverage that has Red Bull seal of approval? It gives you wings and you can't fly straight. You know? Yes, cool runnings. I agree. The smell of both Red Bull and Monster Energy drinks is kind of. What's funny is I'm talking about this, and I did mention I had a Starbucks double espresso energy drinky thing. It didn't taste like much of anything. It was supposed to be mocha. And I didn't get a lot from it. But it's working. I have a lot more energy than I did earlier today. I'll give it that. And I've been out of it for the past like 2 days. Because Cinco de Mayo. I had 2 margaritas with a little extra tequila on them. And let's just say I felt pretty... no hangover, just... the depressant part of the alcohol was in full effect on a person who is actually depressed. So I just slept a fair point of the day and didn't do much of anything, unfortunately. I was supposed to record some videos. I didn't. I did something. I started the dishwasher. There were things I did, but my depressed mood got further depressed, so there was nothing happening at all. I don't know why I'm like intently smelling this. I know what it smells like. It smells delicious. It smells like candy. What's getting to me lately is being able to pick out how sweet the corn smell is in bourbons, and I don't want to do that. Woof. That's a complete shift in gears right there. It doesn't drink like the proof, but I also have, I've been close to 49% for a little bit here with the 46%, so. It's a nice little finish thing there at the end. I asked for coming up at the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to do this before I forget. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you're not a Patreon of mine, and if you are, you already know what a mistake that was. I'm kidding. It's just me. That's all you get with more than Patreon. You just get more of this. A little more realism. A little more like, I am dealing with my life. It's weird. A little of that. Red Bull is actually mostly natural. Just sugar, water, amino acids, caffeine, and vitamins. It's a combination that's completely unnatural. Yes. I think the vitamin note, you probably get like an intense Flintstone vitamin almost, but that kind of, that weird, I can only call it minerally, because that's what it seems like. It's just this weird, and it's a very powerful smell, which makes it more unnatural. Because it's too much. Like, if someone opens a Red Bull near me, I will be aware of it. Just I think the biggest curse about doing whiskey stuff and being going into it being a, what do you call it? I don't want to say whiskey sommelier, but being into whiskey and liking the nosing and tasting experience just as is, you will get hit by different smells a little differently. Like the fact that like some people have a lot of perfume on, and I will have noticed that before people near me will notice. I'll just go like, "Whoa, what is that?" And they'll be like, "What do you mean?" And then we'll take 5 more steps and be like, "Oh, I see what you mean. That's perfume. That's intense." It is painfully funny, isn't it? Yay! Thanks, Instagram, for reminding me what I'm doing. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Vitamin at Red Bull all the time. That doesn't quite sound the same. Very minerally, amino acids, very chemically tasting. Yeah. A weird mixture of things causes like a explosion and a weird smell. I know one that's really intense, and I don't understand it, of course, but we all know, most of us probably know, skunk. That's a natural thing, too. Like, that was done on purpose. And it was done to keep you away and make you regret your decisions. And, you know, really make people want to be more careful when they're driving at night. Happens around here every once in a while. And it's funny because there's a road right over there, and it's a road that's very dark. And there's a lot of trees, and there's a lot of, you know, nighttime wild animals like possums and skunks. What else? Sometimes wild turkeys. You don't see many of those getting hit because people tend to stop. But they'll be out in the daytime, those stupid things. What are the other ones that are fortunate? Oh, squirrels. That happens far too frequently around here. But if there's a skunk that gets hit on that road over there, I will know. Not long after it happens. It'll come right through my window. What? Concentrated sweat. Oh, that makes it so much worse, Sugar Kitty. Why did you tell me that? Oh, I can smell it and think about it now. Oh, stop. Ugh. Why did you do that to me, Sugar Kitty? Now that's locked in. Gonna go about my day. It's like, a little skunky today. So I'm gonna think from now on. It's like, oh, I'm skunky today. Blah. I take a shower. I took a shower before this, by the way. Just for you. Again, this is strange. It seems I was expecting so much more of a switching to a higher proof bourbon, but it didn't. It's along the same lines of being as sweet, more of a corn sweetness, of course. And I thought the spice would kick it up a little, but I'm so used to the Still Austin to begin with, and I've tasted, you know, their Devil's Juice with the cast strength version where it's almost 60%. So I'm probably thinking of that rather than this. This is much more friendly. And Macallan Scotch. I don't like Macallan Scotch. At least the ones I have had. There was a 18 year. That was okay. But as far as just the regular stuff, the 12 year. It's not even that's a bad smell. It's just there's something about it that, nope, I do not like. I do not like. And I had that Time in the Bottle song stuck in my head. Fun. There we go. We're going to finish off the night with the Scotch, though, don't worry. I'm going to put these back. I'll drink more of these later, but I feel like I need to put them back in their coffin. And make sure these are standing up. And I will finish these soon, so I'm going to keep this in front of me because I have learned that these caps, they don't really seal. They kind of do. But I've had a couple samples that you bought at the store like this, and the caps got damaged because they're little plastic POSs, you know. And I didn't know that at the time, so I went to check on these samples later, like a year later, and there was noticeable like less liquid in there because it mostly evaporated because it got through because the seal was broken, and I was really annoyed about that. But oh well, can't do anything about it. Yep, rip. In you go. I'll leave that top actually. I don't know if that looks better or worse, but stay. Alright, it's going to be in my head for a while. Oh, and again, I will mention this. One, you should be a patron of mine. Yay. Second, you may or may not want to be a patron of the Whiskey Tribe within the next few months. Because the Bastard's Ball is in October, which seems far away. But considering I have booked my flight and my room, not my vehicle yet, soon, it's closer than I realize, you know? So the only way you can get in, the tickets are free. You have to be a patron of theirs, and I believe they let it happen by tier. I'm in this. Well, here's the thing. I'm already in because I'm a Whiskey Tube person. Yay! But they aren't doing Whiskey Tube stuff this year, so you won't see them there as a booth or any such thing. We will be there amongst all of you as just magnificent bastards, which is what we all are. But they were kind enough to be like, hey, if you're a Whiskey Tube person, you've been going for years, you could just show up, even if you're not a patron. But I am. So either way, it's going to happen. So that's a pitch to them, but more so to me. So if you're not a patron, and you get a Star Trek rank, by the way. That was the other thing. I did a tier system based on the Star Trek ranking. There's an Admiral. That's a very high rank, by the way. But it goes, I think Admiral is the top, and you have Captain, and you have, whoa. That was weird. Has the thing gone wonky? Hold on, I gotta check now. Why? Silly thing. No, we're all good. But the rank is by tier. What do I call it? It's a military thing. But it goes from like pre-lieutenant to lieutenant commander, ensign. Ensign's in there. So the earlier ones are ensign, or I think it's even less than ensign at some point. But anyway, that's the thing. If you want to join, you can also get ranked into that. Yeah, the stream went weird for a second. I was like, bah! Mike Franklin, cheers to you and yours. Thank you for being here. Mike Franklin's already a patron. Zenboot is a patron. Why aren't you? And I do, here's my main, this is a weird one, but me not wanting to promote my Patreon is one, because, again, I was complaining about advertisements a little while ago. So that's clearly in my mind. But also, secretly, quietly, to myself, if I get more patrons, I'm going to have to change the end screen thing that I do again. And I haven't had to for a while, so that means no new patrons, but also, well, I haven't had to add more, and that's kind of sad. But I'll absolutely be happy to like have to work on that more if more people are joining the Patreon. I haven't had to in a while. I'm kind of gotten complacent about it. But you will get your name mentioned at the end of every video and stream that I do. So that's the perk. And I gave that to all the ranks. I know some larger Patreons don't do lower ranks. But so far right now, if you're a patron of mine, you will get in and you'll have your name shown at the end. Because that's the thing. Wish I could do more. But everything else seems kind of, lackluster. I could have like the names of people scrolling across, but that doesn't seem right. Cool Runnings. I hope they film while it's live and upload a good long video of that day. That would be good. They have usually done something after the Bastards Ball. It takes them a week or more. But I know the year before last, and I don't know about last year actually, because I've already been there. I'm there at the time, so I don't always concern myself with the video. But I'm fairly certain every year they will try to get a video out. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. They have been leading more into the distillery with the Whiskey Tribe stuff. Kind of. The Whiskey Tribe channel is a very odd thing to me. Not in a bad way, but I know they go for clicky stuff. I mean, they're trying to get more people aware of the channel. And fortunately, the easiest way to do that is to make clickbait or stuff that people will click on because of the title or because of the interest. This weekend's video wasn't even about whiskey. It was about gin. But there's a gentleman they have there who's just fabulous, and I wish I could be as intelligent and witty as he is. But I can only be a fool, so I'll have to stick with that. Being a slightly amusing human being. But he is just very fancy, but also very witty. Very short of the day. Yeah, it's hard to actually encapsulate the Bastards Ball into a video because a lot of it is just going around to the different stations and talking about whiskey, and you can't just do that in a video and have people be intently interested in it because, well, they wish they had been there. That's the most of it. I know, I don't want to say it's the best one I did, but the most, is it the longest? But they did one where they actually had, this was probably 2021 or 2020, when they couldn't actually have a Bastards Ball. So they had to have a lot of people come in, and they recorded a big, long video about what they were doing with all the distillers. And I think that's the one where they did what distillers drink, like what Texas whiskey distillers would originally got them into whiskey. A lot of them were Scotch, so keep that in mind. Coincidentally, we're talking about Scotch a little bit, and I'm drinking the Texas whiskey that may or may not have been influenced by Scotch. I don't think it was, actually. That's still Austin, but a few of the other ones, like Iron Root and Balcones especially, because they are mostly the malts. All I can say is try to get there. I know but a lot of people have trouble getting there because they're on the other side of the ocean. That sort of thing. Even in the recent, past few years, because of 2020 for one thing, but Roy wasn't able to actually get Aqua Vitae, whose glass I'll be drinking out of, and also I may be mentioning that for other reasons, is only was able to get to the Bastards Ball last year. So 2022, it took 2/3 years so for him to get back because of what happened in 2020. And I don't know if he's going to go this year. I'd like to think he's going to, but that's a big expense. And I know his main focus and his main exput, money. His job is YouTube, is what I'm trying to say. Among other things. I think he's doing other things in Scotland for meetups and gatherings and that sort of stuff. Plus, the Online Scotch Whiskey Awards, OSWA. Is that what it is? I can't remember. Did I remember that properly? But the Online Scotch Whiskey Awards is another thing he's pushing into pretty hard. Because it's a great idea, having people like you and me who do whiskey stuff online, having some input about what we like. And that's an award you can't get from a bunch of snobby people who just are somewhere or other behind closed doors making these decisions for us. Big outlay? Yes, exactly, Zen, but I don't know what I just said. It's fine. Output? You silly thing. There we go. For whatever reason, the live stream that I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on as what you're watching, as what you're seeing, is not sticking with it. It's not keeping up. Super annoying. Flatroy was there. Yes, that's right. That was 20. Was it 2021? Yeah, because I'm talking about last year. So maybe it was 2021. Everything's a blur, by the way. I'm like thinking in my head. I'm like 2021, 2022. Good. Hell, I still have to get over the fact that I did Psalm 1 and then did Psalm 2 within a year. Less than a year. In fact, celebrating Psalm 1 was, I think, Thursday of last week. Officially, that's when I graduated Psalm 1. I don't know why I kept that in my phone, but it's not a bad idea. Yeah. I graduated Psalm 1 on Thursday. So a year ago on Thursday, I got Psalm 1, and then I got Psalm 2 at the start of April. That sounds like I'm really busy. I don't like that thought, so we're going to get away from that. You know what? My Patreon clip didn't upload, and I'm annoyed. Mike Franklin, whoa. Hey now. You got to tell me when you do that. Unless you just did that and I just noticed. Oh, boy. Thank you. If you're still here, I hope you are. But I didn't see that happen. I was looking at my phone. That'll help. That really will. I promise. Again, I'm talking about my tooth being $4.75, and that's not a lie. Yes. Exactly. Thank you, Mike Franklin. You gotta at me. Let me know what just happened. I don't look at my phone very often if I'm not actually doing anything with it for giveaways and such. What I am annoyed at is I actually posted something on Patreon and it didn't look like it went through. I'm gonna have to double check. I do that, by the way. I post things to Patreon. Mostly Wednesdays. There it is. Weird. Sometimes it fails to upload twice, which is, I don't know. But yes, Mike Franklin just is supporting the channel once again. So thank you. That might have been because I was talking about Patreon. He's already a patron. He's been a patron for the longest. He's the first one who just joined my Patreon, and he's still around. I don't know why, but I'm very happy he is. How long has my Patreon been out anyway? Ooh. That's another reason to probably promote it a little more, isn't it? I don't remember how long it's been around. It's probably 2 years at least. Maybe 3. And we have 14 patrons. So I suppose we're looking to get to 20? At least 17. And maybe 20 by the end of the year. Yeah. We'll see. 25. Let's make it 25. Let's go wild. Why not? And of course, the 1,000 subscribers is very important because there's a bottle behind me that I can't open until then. It's that one. 1,000 subscribers, I can finally open that. I know most of you, if not all of you, are subscribed, so don't worry about it. But the Patreon, you're going to hear that a lot. All the more reason to be a patron. What I would like to do, and this again is another 1,000 subscriber thing, is get little the monthly icon things. I know Roy has those. I don't know if it's Bourbon Night does. Maybe they do and they just haven't used it. Maybe they don't. I don't remember. But being able to use your own little icons and emotes and that kind of thing, that's kind of fun to me. Yep. I gotta make sure you do the thing again, Brian. Sure. Here we go. Yeah, most of you already clicked the button, but still. Gotta get used to doing it, Brian. What I really need is a, and I've been working on this very slowly, but I need something that says like and subscribe and then join the Patreon. However, I do have my outro, which always says, thank you for joining me at KillCo Whiskey Musings. And then something along the lines of, be sure to like and subscribe, join my Patreon, blah, blah, blah. I really don't remember what it says. It's been a while since I made that recording. Okay. I think it talks about the links below, which is there. That's not a lie, but. That is an option. All right. We're coming up in the last 10 minutes of the stream. Somehow we made it through 2 hours. Again, sometimes they feel in the first hour like it's so slow sometimes, and I'm not saying enough. I'm not being nearly entertaining enough. And then suddenly it's been 2 hours, and I'm going, what happened? What's going on? Yeah. YouTube memberships. Yes. And guess what? YouTube gets a cut of that, too. I don't really think... Well, I'm not sure how that works, actually. I'm not certain... Oh, wait, yes. Okay, Patreon does get a cut somehow. I don't remember exactly how. But if... And that's selecting your level of how many things you want to be able to do on your Patreon. And I forget what mine is. Probably the cheaper one. But... it was... I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Patreon is... Oh, yes. It also, weirdly enough, spreading the love, so to speak, is that the patrons I have, since I have some patrons that I am active in, like Whiskey Tribe, and I'm pretty sure I have Whiskey Tribe, It's Bourbon Night, Aqua Vitae, and then Whiskey Mountain. So that's the only 4 I have. I had to cut back on many of them. But what I get from Patreon goes into that. So my patrons get some of my patrons' patronage. Yeah, School Rings. I saw that. I think I saw it chunked up on Instagram earlier, but I haven't actually checked their the short. PayPal is better in immediate. Like PayPal and Venmo are absolutely ideal. If you want to just throw money at me, that's the way to do it. But Patreon, one, you interact with me a little more directly, basically, or you can, as someone who's supporting the channel via that way, and it's a monthly thing. Whereas if you did $5 on PayPal today, that would be it for today. And then you could never do it again if you didn't want to. But PayPal doesn't get a cut. Patreon does to some extent, but not really in a way that's major. Even the bunny. The bunny gets a cut, by the way. If you make the bunny dance, a certain percentage goes to that. It's annoying, but I like it, so I keep it. Patreon, I think, tops out at 10%. YouTube takes 30% right from the start. Yeah. So again, if you're not a patron of mine, that's the way to do it. I'd be happy to get to the 1,000 subscribers and get the 4,000 watch hours and get YouTube monetizing my channel. That'd be great. But as I have finally just locked in where my energy will go, other than making videos. But again, YouTube is not supporting me, and you can. So please do, if you want. Again, if you don't want to see this mustache more than twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, I understand. But I do a lot of lenses there, and I'm a little goofy. And you do find more about my mental health stuff, so be aware of that. There'll be a little more of that this month either way, both on YouTube and via Patreon. PayPal can, but what you have to do is friends and family. Like, if your friends and family me something, PayPal does not get a cut. If you don't, and it thinks it's a business transaction of some sort, they come after you and take stuff. So don't do that. They do. Super Chats to take a significant chunk. And I think it is 30%. But still, that is what people are accustomed to using. And it's right there, and it glows. And, you know, YouTube's making it so they want to use it in their own way. So it's an option. Like I said, the rabbit gets a cut. It's not much, but still, he does. This is why I promote Venmo and PayPal more. You just have to @KillCo, so I know you did it, instead of the rabbit, which just happens when you do it. And again, patron, long term, cool. I like. Please do. Thank you. That's as far as we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna finish off this bourbon. We got about 5 minutes left, and you get to see what I'm gonna finish off the night with. To do the Scotchness, because again, I'm wearing this shirt. Feel bad if I didn't finish the night with the Scotch. So, It's good. Really good. What the hell? Well, screw it. You can't win anymore. I don't want to go on a rant, but I do have a problem with the fact that money needs to be tracked and taxed and all that in every single way. So as soon as they find a new way where money can be transported around easily and quickly, they're like, whoa, 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 we need a cut. That's too easy. What the hell? Making it so money can go to places we can't pay attention to. I don't think so. Oh, look, it's a Loch Lomond special pick from Aquavitae. Show it. There we go. 10 years, 54.9%. Oh my God. Oh, look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Just a little tiny bit because I've been having some drinks tonight. We don't want to do anything silly. And thankfully, I do have an entire thing full of water. And Wizard Academy, you get that just for going to be a whiskey song. They give you one of those. Because I'm almost out of my fancy water. So, oh wait. And I need more. But this seems like the perfect thing to cheers out to. Oh, it smells so good. Alright. Tasty Loch Lomond alert. What I should also do is I need to pay a little more attention to my Instagram for advertising purposes. I mean, I do post about my streams and my videos there, but I haven't mentioned my Patreon on there, so I probably should. Exactly, Cool Runnings. It's tricky. I either do Venmo or PayPal. That's the easiest option. And I think it's the least amount of anything is taken out of it. But, as I said, I find Patreon good. And with its Bourbon Night specifically, like that's the only channel I follow that does this. Whiskey Mountains isn't doing that. Aquavitae, well, it happened once, at least. But its Bourbon Night does so many barrel picks. So many. Like, I have at least 10. Probably at least 10. Not sure on the number, but I have purchased so many of their special picks. I have one coming next week. Sorry, this week, hopefully. And my very first Mash and Journey bottle, strawberry something. We talked about that on Friday. Looking forward to it. But again, I'm torn with like, do I need to make a video about this because no one can get this, which makes it all the more rare, and people are like rare and fancy and all that. But let's just say I have a lot of their bottles to get through. And share. Again, that's another part of it. You can't get it anymore. It's gone. I happen to have a bottle. Would you like to try some? Okay. And that's why I do the raffles and such, because share the wealth. Yeah. I mean, they're going to get their little bit of money from you no matter what. And I'm glad we live in an age where we don't have to write checks anymore. Venmo and PayPal have been great. Patreon itself, again, as I've been saying, is the long run, the long-term support of this channel and myself. It helps a lot. I have a lot of debt. And as I said, even if I get to the 1,000, when I get to the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, YouTube is not just going to clear out debt for me. So I have to think long-term and more direct. YouTube's great. Being monetized would be great. Merch, even, is a great idea. But my feelings on advertisement are still the way they are, which is holding me back, I promise. All right, last minute. Again, cheersing you out with a Aquavitae pick. A Loch Lomond 10-year, 54.9%. It's delightful. Not a lot left, though. It makes me a little sad. I'll have to share some again sometime soon before it's all gone. But with that, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.